so much has happened since we crossed the border. A lot of people don't realize that Canada is another country. And it's been a trip. Things we already knew, things we didn't. Let's go down that road. Hello, faithful people. I'm Orleen, and this is...
I am Gary.
And we are in Canada, in British Columbia. So what's happened since we crossed the border? Well, we've been helping Katie and David move into their new home. And we had an interesting first few days. We couldn't find a campground to go to. They were all filled up. And we couldn't afford the rest of them because they were very pricey. So several of them were first come, first serve, and they were booked, and we couldn't get in. We couldn't park in front of their home because there was not enough room. That's another reason we wanted something smaller, because we knew that was going to be the problem when we got here. And so then we drove around a lot, and we parked in parking lots, and we walked, and it was just a little bit of stress while we're trying to help them move at the same time. Fortunately, they have some awesome friends that helped move too, so it wasn't just us. Then we finally found a parking spot about half a block away from them, which was great, but you could only park there for 72 hours. So, getting our things ready to move into storage. Found a place not too far, about 15 minutes from their house, for $90 a month, Canadian. So Gary's thinking that's going to come out to roughly 65 American, 65 to 70 American dollars, just to park it in a storage lot. But we could not work on it in the storage lot. We had to have a place that we could finish working on some things to get it ready for winter. And you cannot do it in the storage lot because of liability issues. So, thank God for an angel he sent to us named Angie. I told you about her earlier. She is the woman that we met with. Her and her friend were camping in the same casino parking lot that we were in Ferndale, Washington. And she said, if you need to park your rig for any reason, for any time, just let us know. Gave me her phone number, her email, and all her address, everything that night. And so I contacted her, and that's where we're on our way to right now. Angie and Brad are going to let us park in their driveway, on their property, for a few days while Gary can work on it. It's about half an hour from Katie and David, so it's not super convenient, but it's okay. It's awesome. That I don't know what we would have done if we hadn't met her. So I believe it was divine intervention for sure that she was brought into our life. There's definitely a reason for that. So anyway, so we are on our way there, and then we're going to park it. And then Gary's going to get the materials he needs and start working on it probably tomorrow. And then Tuesday, today is Wednesday, and then because of Labor Day weekend, which they do celebrate here in Canada too, we can't get into the storage thing until next Tuesday. So we have time, and Angie said we can keep our fifth wheel parked there until that time. So that's great. We cleaned everything pretty much out of the RV today, except our winter clothes, which we aren't going to need right away, and we can always go back to storage to get those later. We took everything out of the refrigerator, all of our food, most of our clothes, most things, anything that would be affected by high heat or cold. And in this case, it's going to be high heat. They don't have air conditioning in a lot of places, except like in the stores in Vancouver, because they don't normally need it. But it's going to be in the upper 80s and 90s this week, and that's pretty hot because it's pretty intense here. The sun is. because of the higher altitude. So anyway, we are working with that and lots of fans, and it's okay. Anything else you can think of to add?
No.
He's just focusing on the traffic. So we are almost get very close to their house, and so I need to help him read signs here, and then we'll be parking it and taking care of business there, and we'll let you know what else happens. But so far so good. Oh, I forgot to mention, the first 2 nights that we were here, when we couldn't find a place to park and we couldn't find a place to camp, we called Costco, and the manager said as long as we were there after hours and we left opening, that we could stay there. Well, we didn't leave right away because we needed groceries. So we went in and got some groceries while we were there, and then we pulled out. And then we would park wherever we could find a parking space for those 2 days, and then would walk to Katie and David's. Yeah, so we're very grateful for Costco too. So that worked out really well. So yeah, things are a little hairy that first day, but it'll work out. Everything always does. And God is watching out for us. So we will give you updates as we go along. So here's Gary hard at work, washing, giving Faith a bath. Thanks to the kindness of Brad and Angie, who loaned us a brush, the soap, the bucket, the water, the big tall ladder.
Place to do it.
A place to do it. Gary did the roof, and looks really good. Don't have to do anything to that. And now we're just wondering if we have to redo any of the caulking or not. Things looking pretty good. All shiny. And no water came inside, which is always a good thing with an RV.